everyone, it's Robin, R Silent Crafts, and welcome to my studio. This is my Whip It Wednesday video where I'm going to show you some of the crafty goodness that I've been working on this week. We are up to the October block in the block of the month that I'm working on with my patrons. That means we just have 2 more months left, or 2 blocks left, and the quilt will be ready to be put together. So for October, of course, you have to have a pumpkin, and I love anything with the orange scrappiness. I love pumpkins, and then I thought I would pair it with a darker purple this time. I'm using batik fat quarters, so I'm choosing between like these tealy, aqua, turquoisey colors. They range from a very light to a deeper dark, and the same thing with the purple. They go from a light to very dark. This actually represents a bit of the other color, the bluish teal color that I have. You've seen the blocks. I'm just trying to do a mix and matching the background to the block of the month. So I thought the dark purple would go really well with the orange. So far, this is the only orange pumpkin type project that I've worked on this year. Normally I have a lot of orange pumpkin-y Halloween, fall, festival, harvesting type projects going on. But I'm feeling like I'm a little bit more in control of my world, and yet I'm still feeling kind of off because I keep reaching for things. And I have to say, one of the most popular phrases that Mom says in this house right now is, da 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 da, it's in storage. The kids will ask me, hey Mom, do you have a... I'm like, yes I do. And they're like, cool. I'm like, it's in storage. And they're like, never mind. I go to look for a fabric and it's going to be the perfect fabric. And where is it? It's in storage. But it's okay. It's going to be so exciting when I take the things out of storage and it'll be like all brand new again. I'll be like, oh, I remember this, my favorite plate. Where's the bowl that I like to eat cereal out of all the time? You got it. It's in storage. Because you can only bring so many things into someone else's house when it's already all set up. So Halloween, nope. So October is all set. I can now put this with the rest of my blocks. I worked on these mini trees from Pat Sloan's Button Club with my patrons. And you guys know me by now. If you've been here for a while, I can't make just one. I had to make 3. I think this was basically the style that Pat Sloan did with the red buttons on the tree, and I gotta say I really love that. She put some stripes at the bottom and striped fabric on the top, but this is what I went with. I did some quilting on them. They all have the same wavy type wiggly line quilting. And you can see the buttons and the green. You can see all the quilting right there. I was going to keep one of these. That's why I put a simple backing on one of them. But I decided that I'm going to go ahead and put all of them in the shop. And the fabric that I chose for the backing is this adorable gnome fabric. So they're on the ski lift. They're all hanging out with Santa. And then they're all out doing winter type sports. And I was thinking that this fabric would be perfect for a pillow to just have sitting out on the couch or in your favorite chair or even up on your bed during the winter season. Because this, even though it has a Santa in here, this type of fabric will definitely carry you through the winter and into January until you're ready to switch out for the February stuff. So that's going to be on my to-do list, is to make a pillow. And I was thinking maybe some mug rugs too. That would be fun for mug rugs. Snowflakes is one of my favorite things to decorate throughout the winter because they go all winter long. And it's not something, when you take down your Christmas stuff, you're like, oh, Christmas is over now, my house looks empty. But also it's like, yay, I've got my house back, it's nice and clean. But I'd like to have some decorations to carry me through January, and snowmen and snowflakes are perfect for it. So you can see the wooden buttons I chose to add to this one. Just some basic simple ones. And then on this guy I did some more of the wooden buttons from the same pack. There is Santa, and we have some reindeer and ornament. I really like this bell with the red and white stitching. There's my snowman I love, and candy canes. I thought I'd purchase some green and white striped fabric when I was out at the store purchasing fabric. Yeah, that's what you do at the fabric store. You purchase fabric, Robin. But anyways, I thought I'd bought some green, but I remember now that the stripes were too narrow, and just because I wanted wider stripes doesn't mean I actually bought them. So I went with the red and white candy cane look to it with the red and white stripes fabric. I just cut it straight. I didn't do it on the bias or anything. That way it brings it more into you got a little bit of Christmas going on with the red and white candy cane type stuff. But again, you can still leave it out throughout the winter or even all year round if that's what you like. Because there's nothing that screams Christmas about this. It's just a fun red and white binding to match the red buttons. So it's easy to leave these out for a while. So two of them have the fun Nomi backing on it, and then one is just this plain kind of grayish type fabric. It's kind of almost like a chalkboard where they've used it a bunch, so it has that white coating on it, but it still looks like a black chalkboard. So hopefully by the time you see this video on Wednesday, these will be up in the Etsy shop if anyone is interested. And I don't know if I showed it before, but look at the cool scraps of fabric that I found. This was a bit of a jelly roll strip that someone sent me in some brown colors, and I thought that worked perfect for the trunks, so everyone has the same trunk. Now I'm recording this video on Sunday morning because I have a doctor's appointment on Monday, and I just want to make sure I get my video in and done and not try to rush around Monday afternoon. I like to also go out and get a haircut while I call it being in town when it's just down the road or whatever. It's in the town I live in, so it's in town, right? So I want to go do all that on Monday, and who knows where I might stop between the doctor, the haircut, and the way home. So that's right, I'm going to do a few more things. I'll show you some of the things I'm going to work on, but what I did finish up on Saturday is this Barbie bag, making the hourglass blocks or using the hourglass blocks. I made a mistake, guys. I just wasn't really thinking, and I wanted to put a black bottom on this one. So what I ended up doing is I made a really tall Barbie bag. I'll go ahead and aim the phone up in a minute so you can see how it looks when it's standing straight up. But this is a tall and skinny Barbie bag. You can see where I dispersed the black and white stripes. I tried putting them in some type of a pattern, but it just didn't quite work, so I just dispersed them all around. And there is the other side. I went with the blender type black fabric here that kind of has the little bit of light gray. So the fabric is slightly darker than what you're seeing. It's more like this color over here versus where the light is hitting it. So it all depends on where the light's hit it, I guess. So I used the same thing for the handles. And on the inside, I went with my white checkerboard fabric because that's the white on white that I'm working. I added a snap, magnetic snap to it. Getting a bit better and more comfortable putting these in. I put aqua pockets in this time. I thought the little peak of aqua would be fun. So here is the welt pocket. I like to make this one a little smaller. And then this time I did add the zipper. And because of the way I put the zippers in, I like to leave a little bit of the fabric peeking. So when you close it up and you look, you get that hint of color, but you don't see the fabric. Now I could sit there and I could fuss and struggle and make sure you can't see any of the fabric, but it's a lot easier just to leave it and consider it a design feature. And I like it. I like that really light hint there. So you have a zipper pocket here, and then this one goes up. Guess what Robin forgot to do? Robin forgot to close out the pocket. So you can see it goes all the way down. Literally have extra space now because when you put the stuff in the pocket, it'll go in between the lining and the bag. Now that would not be fun. Of course, I will sew that up. You can see all the way down. But anyways, it goes all the way down to almost the bottom, probably just an inch or two from the bottom. So I like the zipper pockets to be nice and deep. I wasn't sure on the width of this one. For some reason, I really struggled with this bag between it being tall and skinny and not getting a zipper pocket that was as wide as I wanted. Sometimes I overthink things. So when you do a 2.5 inch gusset, which is what I have on the bottom, so you have a 5-inch bottom, I always think, okay, well then I only have this much space to put the zipper pocket in. But silly Robin, when you do it, it's just the bottom of the bag. So when you have your sides here, you actually have the full use of this, and you can make a long pocket or you can have 2 pockets. So I always forget, but I still think this is more than the width of my hand. There's plenty of room, and you can put a lot of stuff down in there. So you can put like your phone and maybe your keys or something in there. And then over here, I always think like chapstick or some tissues or maybe some Hershey's Kisses in a little Ziploc baggie so you don't get chocolate on your bag. Just things that you want to grab quickly and have easy access to. I went with the peachy pink colored tassel here because I didn't have one that would match that fabric. So let me go ahead and adjust my phone here so you can see how tall and skinny this bag looks. So there's the bag, and you can see how it's tall and skinny. I wanted to make one that was a little short and stout, but that's okay. So if anyone was thinking, gee, Robin, I really wish you would make a tall and skinny Barbie bag, I got you covered. So there it is. This bag actually measures 15 inches tall, and it's about 12.5 inches wide. Still plenty of room to put all kinds of goodness in there. And I love the magnetic closure on the bags now. So there's the tall and skinny Barbie bag, and that one will be listed at the same time that I list the little button trees. Hopefully you'll see it by the time you see this on Wednesday. And as always, if it's something you want that I've shown here and I haven't put it in the shop yet, just shoot me an email and I'll go ahead and get it listed really quick for you. Right, so that gives you a good idea on how tall and skinny it is. I should have only gone with 3 rows of my hourglass blocks, and then that would have worked out really well for the bag. It would have made it perfect, but for some reason I had it stuck in my head that I had to go 4 by 4. If I hadn't added the bottom on and I just used this row here as my bottom, it would have given me the perfect size bag that I was going for. But once again, sometimes I just get involved in things and my head gets stuck, my brain gets stuck in one thing, and they're like, okay, 16 inches, there you go, you got it, we're done. And then I just adjust something and I don't remember to readjust the rest just because I'm in the moment. But sometimes people like to have a long and skinny bag, and not everyone wants something short and chunky. I've had people message me afterwards when they've purchased something. Oh, Robin, I'm so happy you have a short and stocky bag. That's what I want. Oh, Robin, I'm so glad you made a taller and skinnier bag. That's what I've been looking for. So it's just everyone has their own preferences, and I like something right in between, of course. So this is the project that I'm going to be working on Sunday this weekend. So you've seen the cactus table runner before. So I'm going to quilt that up, and I think I'm just going to do the wavy quilt stitch with it, that like I did on the trees, just to go ahead and get it done, just to have that on there. The person that has ordered this, it's not like it's a preference for a really heavily quilted like I have for my mat here. They don't have a preference loose or heavy. They don't want to make any decisions. They leave it all up to me, which makes it really easy. And then I chose to use the cactus fabric for the back because of course you have to, and I'm so glad that I have enough. And then I will do a scrappy green binding. So hopefully you'll see that next week, because this is, as I said, is my main project for Sunday, to get that all done. And I just have the warm and white 100% cotton batting, so it'll be nice and thin. And since there aren't a lot of bulky seams in this, it'll work really well as a table runner so that the person can put anything they want on it. And I think it's mainly just going to be for decoration, but I'm pretty sure she's going to put some type of a plant or a flower vase or something, a live plant, in the center. I pulled fabric for other projects coming up this week that I need to work on. I should get that cactus done today because it's still early. It's only 9:30 on Sunday morning, so that's plenty of time to get that done. The customer also ordered some dog bandanas, so I pulled fabric. I thought I'd just show you the fabrics that I pulled. She wanted a variety of fabrics for her dogs that had different themes. She wanted some plain ones for any occasion, some for holidays. So I pulled out, I think, 20 fabrics that I had chosen, and I let her pick from, and this is what she's chosen. So we're going to have some pumpkins on the black and white stripe. I love this. She tends to have a similar taste in certain things that I do. So there's that. The Halloween pumpkins with Halloween donuts. I was looking at the pumpkin, so that'll be fun. That would be a really fun donut. Christmas time, we have the different gingerbread stuff. That'll go nice against the dark fur of the dog. I'm hoping that this should be wide enough for a bandana. I've never made a doggy bandana, so we'll see. And then, of course, I had to get some holiday dog bones. Something for the 4th of July. Nope, something for Valentine's Day. But you can also wear this year-round. And here's a good year-round. This is just actually an actual bandana that I picked up. So I thought that was perfect to make a bandana from a bandana. Little things like that just make me giggle. It's like, what'd you do? Oh, I'm making a bandana from a bandana. Oh my goodness. Because why would you even need to do anything? Because you need to make the little slidey thing to go on the dog's collar. And then I know she loves cardinals, so we have the cardinal fabrics on the winter trees. Now I'm showing this to you just to show you the fun fabrics that you've probably already seen anyways, but this also means that next month you should be seeing a tutorial on how to make a dog bandana, because I need to watch a dozen or so to figure out all the tips and tricks and then change it up a little bit to my style so that I'll have my own tips and tricks, and then I'll make a bunch. I'll make some testers first just out of regular fabric, and then I'll make some of these. So if anyone's interested in dog bandanas, I don't have an actual plan to put any in the shop unless you guys say, hey, I would be interested in some puppy bandanas, dog bandanas. You can make them for cats too, although my cats would not wear them for very long. So just let me know if you're interested, because I don't want to put something in the shop that's just going to sit there. So your scrappy word for today is pets. Let me know if you have any pets. So many of you might remember that we had a dog named Susie. She was 13. She ended up with a brain cancer, so we had to let her go. And I have my 3 cats, Miss Mocha, who's the middle calico, S'moresy is the baby calico, and Whiskers has the traditional stripes. The cats are all short-haired, basic kitty cats, and they all have their own personality. No surprise there. My daughter used to have bearded dragons. We also had an iguana. Well, she had an iguana. My oldest, Justin, I think he had a snake at one point. Oh my goodness, we've had some pets come through the house. And Rob loved fish, so we had fish tanks many times until we started to move a little bit too often. And moving a big fish tank is never fun. So we stopped having fish after a certain point. So that's probably a bit more pet talk than you expected at the end of this video, but I will see you guys on Friday, which is the 15th, and that is actually another live stream. So that is the 3rd Friday of the week, so we will be meeting up at 3 p.m. Eastern. And oh, I have a special project for you. We're going to sew with some scraps. I'm going to show you how to make a mug rug or a zipper pouch using some of your smaller scraps, and we're going to do it without actually sewing the pieces together. So we can use up some of our tiny scraps in an easy way without having to sew all of those seams and everything like that. So come and join me on Friday. Bring your scraps. Bring your favorite drink and just come out and hang out in the chat, whether you want to work on the project that I'm working on or you want to just hang out with a bunch of crafty friends and just chat about stuff. Thank you guys so much for those that show up for the live streams and for those that come back and watch the replay. If you're here during the live streams, many times you'll know that I'll say, okay guys, you know, you choose the adventure. Should I use this or should I use this? Should I put it here or should I put it there? What should I do today? So I think that's a lot of fun. I like interacting with a channel during their live streams like that. And a little sneak of what's going to be coming up. We're in September. I'm going to start wrapping my friend's advent calendars. So if you've been here for a while, you know my friend and I like to swap personalized advent calendars in December that we wrap and send each other different things that we think they might enjoy or just something that's fun and silly. because we all love to open advent calendars. I know my friend and I do, but at the same time, the ones that you find online are either expensive or they have 25 things that we could care less about, or maybe just one thing that we enjoy. So I'm going to start wrapping that up. I found some fun wrapping paper that is non-Christmas themed. You might be able to guess what that is. And just get everything ready so that I can get her package out to her. Now, my friend, I know you are listening to me. Don't worry about rushing for mine. You know I have to do the videos, or I choose to do the videos, so I need to get yours all ready ahead of time. Plus, I feel like I need to do it now, just in case I end up moving in the middle of everything. I don't know, like I have that exact feeling, but I'm feeling a little bit of pressure to get some things done now. So fingers crossed, that means we're going to get to move soon and I can just get everything all organized. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. I will see you guys on Friday. Bye.